All right, try guys. Hopefully, hopefully this is working okay again. I don't know why it shut off, but it just shut off in the middle of the fucking live stream. So we'll try to finish this out. We're watching Trump use their tactics against them of labeling and putting people in a box. And Trump's brilliant at it. He's brilliant. He kicks their ass in their own game. So, yeah, let's continue.
I can focus on Hillary.
Mr. Trump finally unveiled his nickname for Mrs. Clinton.
Crooked Hillary, folks. She's been crooked from the beginning. Hillary Clinton is a crook.
That's negative.
I call her Crooked Hillary. She's Crooked Hillary. Crooked. She's crooked as you can be. Crooked Hillary. Crooked. Oh, is she crooked? Is she crooked? Lying, crooked Hillary. I have a list. Look, page after page of the lies. Look, she's been proven to be a liar in so many different ways.
What difference at this point does it make?
This is just another lie. 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 Dirty, rotten liar. Now she's blaming the lie on the late, great Abraham Lincoln. God saved never lied. That's the good thing. That's the big difference between Abraham Lincoln and you. She's a world-class liar. Just look at her pathetic email server statements.
I did not email any classified material.
Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified. Was that true?
That's not true.
How do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president?
There,
How does that happen?
I wanted to just use one device for both personal
Right there in
and
the
work
background.
emails instead of two.
I have an iPad.
Council on Foreign Relations, that's her boss, and they're part of the New World Order. And that lady is as bad as Biden. Actually, she's worse. So be glad Hillary's out. And this is part one. Like, we haven't even got to the second season. Trump picking them off one by one, using their game against them.
Mini, iPad, an iPhone, and a BlackBerry.
We're talking about the safety of our people. The laws are very explicit.
What, like with a cloth or something? Well, no.
Stupid
I
bitch.
don't know how it works digitally at all.
Oh, you do
Stupidity
too.
is not a reason that you're going to be innocent. Okay? It's not a reason. There has never been so many lies, so much deception. There has never been anything like it. Crooked Hillary Clinton. Here's what gives me be quiet. I know you want to, save her. Hillary's running for a lot of...
Hold on, that was priceless. Tell me that she didn't know what he just said.
I don't know how it works digitally at all.
Stupidity is not a reason that you're going to be innocent. Okay? It's not a reason. There has never been so many lies, so much deception.
Look at that look. Look at that
There
look.
has never been anything like
Look at
it.
that.
Crooked Hillary Clinton. Here's what gives me be quiet. I know you want to, save her. Hillary's running for a lot of reasons. One of them is because she wants to stay out of jail.
Gets paid a lot of money to finish the game of destroying America.
They will say the greatest achievement of Hillary Clinton was getting out of this problem with emails. Nobody could have got it. Houdini couldn't have gotten it. Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said,
Pardon me.
"Pardon me."
Picking them off one by one.
Nasty women are going to march our nasty feet to cast our nasty votes to get you out of our lives forever.
She's got this goofy friend named Elizabeth Warren. She's on her Twitter.
Once again, sorry about the commercials. YouTube knows I'm live right now, so they're pumping them on. I don't get $1 from YouTube ever, so it's not like it's worth putting commercials on my YouTube. But hey, we get to watch them because I'm stuck watching them when I show you something off YouTube. Unless I pay the money again to have them remove commercials. And that sucks too. So, yeah, we're watching Trump roast these people. He's beating them at their own game of labeling people and putting them in boxes. Trump's kicking their ass all over the place, too.
She is a goofus.
Elizabeth Warren today on social media when after you call and you will lose her. How are you going through?
Who's that, the Indian? You mean the Indian? She said she was an Indian.
She did.
She said because her cheekbones were high, she was an Indian.
That's what she said. Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. Well, no, she's
Very
You
offensive.
told me.
Pocahontas.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas. She's been going around pretending that she's a minority, right? And she's getting into colleges and she's doing all sorts of things. She's a total phony.
You regret calling
Total
her
phony.
Pocahontas? Do you regret that?
I do.
Native
regret
should have been
calling
upset with her.
because I think it's a tremendous insult to Pocahontas.
That's right.
So to Pocahontas,
Tremendous
I would like to
insult.
apologize to you.
The housing meltdown because it meant he could buy up more property on the cheap. What kind of a man does that?
She's
A
one of the
businessman?
worst senators in the entire United States.
free man?
She's gotten practically nothing done. If it was up to her, you'd have taxes at 95%. She's got a big
Yeah.
mouth, and that's about it. But they use her because Hillary's trying to be very presidential. She's stopping with the shouting, okay? Honestly, I think she hurt Hillary Clinton very badly. I watched those speeches, the anger, the hatred in her heart.
I got news for you, Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah?
Women have had it with guys like you.
She was getting
Really?
up with that.
Because I just watched them all vote for Trump.
He thinks that because
They've
he
had
has
it
a
with
mouth
people like
full of
you.
Tic Tacs, that he can force himself on any woman within groping
That's not what
distance.
happened.
Pocahontas would not be proud of her as her representative, believe me. Now, I hope she runs with Hillary, because I would like to take them out. I'll tell you.
Oh, he took
I
them
think
out.
she's as Native American.
Remember, we're on
as I am.
season 1 right now.
I'm doing
we
such
haven't
a
got to
disservice to
season 2.
Pocahontas. It's so unfair to Pocahontas.
Biden and Kamala is season 2. Picking them off, one by one. Picking them off.
She doesn't have the look. She doesn't have the stamina. You've seen me. I've been all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You decided to stay home, and that's okay. She always just reads off the teleprompter. And it's short, and then she goes home and she goes to sleep. To watch her is like Salmonix. You ever hear of Salmonix? Sleep all night. Bing.
Flying above Times Square.
We got this light right here, so it makes me look like I got a shiny head. Sorry, guys.
Always so.
Super Trump.
Donald Trump does not have the temperament to be president. Donald Trump is very tough. That's what we need. We need tough toes. She's supposed to fight all
Better
of these
than
different
you
things.
could put this in a
And she
comedy
can't
club.
make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break.
That's from too much
I'll do
alcohol
7,
and
8,
drugs.
9 stops. I'll make 3 or 4 major speeches. She makes a speech for 15 minutes. She goes home, goes to bed.
3 days later, she gets up and she does another one and goes back home and goes to sleep.
She
Worthless.
has less
Worthless.
energy than Jeb Bush.
Oh boy, is ISIS hoping for her.
Picking them off. One by one.
And I said, there's no way I can win. Every single ad is a negative ad, and most of them are false. There was a little truth to some of them, I'll be honest.
Is that a wig? It really was shocking to see it.
Boy, oh boy, she's become like a marshmallow.
It was massive.
Oh, like
her
a
hair became
marshmallow.
massive.
505 million. And by the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever the hell brought this mic system, dump the son of a bitch to put it in. I'll tell you. We're outside. So, Fire Marshal, will you let the people in, please? I assume the Fire Marshal's a Democrat, I assume. If we're attacked, Japan doesn't have to do nothing. They can sit home and watch Sony television, right? Are you saying you're not going to protect them? I say, well, let me ask you, have they paid? Look at that guy over there. Wow. Bring him up. Where's your daddy? And your mommy, right? Do you want to go back to them or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
Trump.
Trump.
No kid would do that for Biden.
The last 20 minutes. And I actually like my speech better without teleprompters.
The people's man. That's we the people's puppet. Picking them off.
As a major the American voter.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
My wife and I represent non-deplorable people.
The racist, sexist, homophobic,
That's her.
xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
We are not racist at all.
There's so much more that I find deplorable.
Do I look deplorable?
Nope.
What?
They're offensive, hateful, mean-spirited.
I am a wife, a mother. I work full time, and I am voting for Donald Trump and Mrs. Clinton. You can go home.
Yeah. Bye.
Unfortunately, there
Bye,
are
Clinton.
people like that.
We are going to make America great again,
We are.
and Hillary needs to take a nap.
Yeah.
And he has lifted them up.
Please go join Ellen for the FBI catch up to him.
They are irredeemable. Thankfully, they are not.
USA.
USA.
We have a divided nation because people like her. And
That's
believe me,
right.
she has tremendous hate in her heart.
America must reject the bigotry of Hillary Clinton, who sees communities of color only as votes, not as human beings worthy of a better future.
I have no doubt that I am Bill Clinton's son. Everyone in Arkansas knew. Everywhere I went, they pointed, "That's Bill Clinton's son right there. He looked like him, don't he?" In 1995, when my father was president of the United States, the state of Arkansas put us in foster care. We was house to house, hungry at nights.
I met with a small group of the Black Lives Matter activists.
If she's saying Black Lives Matter, why I don't matter to her?
Yeah.
Devastating what's happening to her in the cities. She's been talking about it for years. As usual, she talks about it, nothing
Picking
happens.
them off. Picking them off.
The San Bernardino shooter, she was here on a fiancé visa. Isn't that nice? Oh, fiancé, wonderful fiancé. When people are shooting their friends in California, when they're shooting their friends, bye, if some of those wonderful people had guns strapped right here, and this son of a bitch comes out and starts shooting, boom, boom. You know what?
And that's
That
why
would've
we're
been
supposed
a
to have a
beautiful,
Second
beautiful
Amendment.
sight, folks.
So that citizens can handle it.
We're going to hell. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
We now have proposals from the presumptive Republican nominee for president of the United States to bar all Muslims from emigrating to America.
Watch President Obama
Because
today,
they hate us.
and he was more angry at me than he was at the shooter.
He told CNN, quote, "Islam hates us." Did you mean all 1.6 billion Muslims?
I mean a lot of them. I
I would gladly lend you.
They all hate us. It's no secret.
If you look at
They
his wife,
chant
she
it.
was standing there. She had nothing to say. Maybe she wasn't allowed to have anything to say. You tell me, but plenty of people have written that.
What's the father of the man responsible for the Orlando massacre doing at a Hillary Clinton rally?
How did you like
Not
that?
just one.
Him sitting, 49 people killed.
Couple of them. There he is again.
If you're with me, please, let's go out.
Of course he likes Hillary.
Yeah.
Because Hillary won't even say the words radical Islamic terrorism.
Picking them off.
Hillary Clinton, through her incompetence, created ISIS. And now she wants to get rid of it. She says, yes, we will fight ISIS. She's the one that created it. With stupid policy.
Well, at least I have a plan to fight ISIS.
No, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do. No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life.
You saw Hillary say last night, you don't know more than the generals. Well, I'll tell you, the generals aren't doing so well right now.
I would bomb the out of them. I'm going to bomb the out of them. It's true. I don't care. You got to knock them out. Knock him the hell out. And
He
ISIS
didn't
now
start no war, though.
is building a hotel in Iraq. They're competing with me. You believe it?
You got to be tough on them, is what you got to do.
$1 million building a soccer field for our prisoners that happen to be in Guantanamo. What do you need $1 million for? Level out the surface. Let them play. She was the worst Secretary of State in the history of our nation. Why would she be a good president? I think she'd be a terrible president. Hillary has experience, but it's bad experience. She has been outsmarted and outplayed worse than anybody I've ever seen in any government whatsoever.
I think he has shown that he is dangerous.
She talks about me being
You've shown that you're
She's killed
dangerous.
hundreds of thousands of people with her stupidity. 30 years you've been doing it, and now you're just starting to think of solutions. If you were an effective senator, you could have done it, but you were not an effective.
Please allow her to respond.
She doesn't
Long
do
video,
anything
guys.
about
Sorry, but
anything other than
I got to
talk.
point
With
to
her,
all this.
It's all talk and no action.
Why did Hillary get rid of her middle name? Hillary Rotten Clinton, right? Maybe that's why. It's too close.
You come in from China, you see these incredible airports. We don't have the money because it's been squandered on so many of your ideas.
I want to see a woman become president, but it can't be her. She's a disaster. Hillary is so corrupt. She got kicked off the Watergate Commission.
Payroll contribution will go up, as will Donald's, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the
Such
Social
a nasty
Security
one.
Trust Fund. One of the worst things he said was about a woman in a beauty contest. He called this woman Miss Piggy.
She went up from about 118 to about 170 pounds. It was incredible.
And you can bet
Oh, really?
she's going to vote this November.
Okay, good. At one point, she was actually an eating machine. Somebody said, gee, that's not a very nice thing to say, but it's true.
He'd rather have a puppet as president of the
No
United
puppet.
States.
No puppet.
That's you.
It's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit
No, you're
that
the
the
puppet.
Russian.
I'm watching television, and I see her barking like a dog. The antithesis of terrible
Oh,
instincts.
fuck.
Bernie Sanders said you have bad judgment.
Oh.
I agree with both. I have much better judgment than she does. There's no question about that. I also have a much better temperament than she has.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
She should be in jail.
Picking them off, picking them off, picking them off, one by one.
All you have to do is take a look at WikiLeaks, because Bernie Sanders, between superdelegates and Deborah Wasserman Schultz, he never had a chance. And I was so surprised to see him sign on with the devil.
We have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine.
You know, Bernie Sanders would have been a legend. He would have gone down as a legendary figure in history if he didn't make the deal with the devil. But he made the deal with her, and now he's just another guy.
My Bernie, my poor Bernie. Oh, Bernie. I feel so badly for Bernie. Bernie Sanders has, to use an old word that I use on occasion, he's lost his energy. He wants to go home and go to sleep. But you know what? A lot of Bernie Sanders supporters are going to be voting for Trump. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Remember when he said he did not have sex with that woman? Oh, I'm so glad they kept the dress.
Hillary Clinton's only
Get the
loyal
picture.
is to her financial contributors and to herself. I don't even think she's loyal to Bill. You want to know the truth. Uma is getting classified secrets. She's married to Anthony Weiner, who's a perv. You know, the little bing, bing, bing.
Mm-hmm.
I love you very much.
Remember 3 weeks ago? Donald Trump is sexist. I brought her husband into the equation, right?
Whitewater, impeachment, lies. He didn't have sex with that woman. 2 months later, he's going,
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate.
Bill Clinton was abusive to women. Hillary Clinton attacked those same women and attacked them viciously. 4 of them are here tonight. These 4 very courageous women have asked to be here.
Okay. Hi, I'm Juanita Broderick,
and I'm here to support Donald Trump. Actions speak louder than words. Mr. Trump may have said some bad words, but Bill Clinton raped me, and Hillary Clinton threatened me.
Facts are the facts.
Hillary was an enabler, and she treated these women horribly.
I think it's disgraceful, and I think she should be ashamed of herself.
And she's going to take ads about little Donald Trump. I was with Donald Trump in 1980. I was sitting with him on an airplane.
Did he actually kiss you?
Yeah. Oh, wherever you can find a landing spot, yes.
Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States.
Fact.
At least I will go down as a president.
You'd be locked up. Drop mic.
I don't think you people like our president too much.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president. And the reason is because I have a lot of faith in the American people.
I think he's the worst president
More like in the
history
deep
of our
state.
country. I think he's been a disaster. He's been weak. He's been ineffective. You look at this so-called recovery, it's setting record lows.
I think the Vermont Republican nominee is unfit to serve as president.
Our borders are like Swiss cheese. This man has done such a bad job. He has set us back so far.
I'd advise Mr. Trump to stop whining.
The premiums are going through the roof. The deductibles, frankly, you have to get hit with a Komatsu tractor in order to use them. They're so high.
Suddenly he's acting like he's a populist out there. Man, I'm going to fight for working people. Come on, man.
I beg it. We spent it a website. I hire people. They do a website. It costs me $3.
Picking them off. Picking them off.
Here we go. This is a Fox News election alert. Pennsylvania goes to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
1 year ago, what started off as unlikely, impossible, is now reality.
Just taste those liberal tears. Okay, guys, we're watching Trump pick them all off with their own game. Trump is using their game of labeling and putting people in a box to fight back. And he's good at it. He's damn good at it. He's smoking them all. That's what we're watching. And this is season 1, so we'll get ready for season 2 next time I go live. And I'll make sure I don't get cut off in the middle of the video. We're almost
The
done.
media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not. How about
And
when
again.
a major anchor who hosted a debate started crying when she realized that we won?
Donald Trump is democratically elected. If you have a son in the Marine Corps, the people in the military defend.
Tears. No, tell me this isn't true.
If you look at it, even if you look at our 6 toss-up states on the board right now, even if Donald Trump won them all, he'd still be short.
You watch John King, the hand is
That's
shaking.
my president.
Donald Trump has won Wisconsin. Donald Trump has won Michigan. Oh, you can see he's like getting ready to throw up all over. And then they're looking at the map, they're saying, oh, wow. There's no way for Hillary Clinton
We just watched
to
them do it
become
again.
President Donald Trump is president of the United States. Oh.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
So that was the first time, guys. That was the first time. So this is season 1. This is part 1. I got another one ready. I'll probably do tomorrow or maybe later this week. I got to make sure everything's set up that I don't go and kill my live stream in the middle of a video. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. And we just watched Trump basically use their tactics back on them. And he's really good at it. So good that he was able to take the whole world on. And boy, do I mean the whole world. That's what's going on right now. They're trying to build a one world. A one world. And it's not an American utopian one world. It's American nightmare. It's a dystopian for a free man, for we the people, of the people, by the people, for the people. It's a nightmare for us. So yeah, amen, Trump won. And the second video is way better. It's got a lot more in it. But I just wanted to go over some of this stuff, go back in the past a little bit with some of these characters. They came out of the closet everywhere against Trump. And that was a perfect chance for everybody to see who's who. Basically, if you're not for Trump, you're a follower. Or you're motivated and getting paid somehow. Or you're just totally blind. And CNN has done their job with MK Ultra. And they've brainwashed you into your world that you think is real. But yeah, Trump took on the whole world. The New World Order youth, the New World Order elites, New World Order youth. And that's New World Order youth influencers, enforcers, and puppet administrations. They penetrated our house. They penetrated the highest seats in America. And they're trying to destroy America so that they can get a one world. They'll honey trap our military in World War III and replace it with UN troops, CCP UN troops. That's their plans for the one world army. So this is definitely something we cannot allow our children to ever have to deal with. So it's up to us. And so far we're winning. But January is still a little bit away, and they can pull Operation Dark Winter and kill the power, put us in World War III, nuke a couple cities, and keep us in chaos and seize power that way. So pray we make it till January. When that man walks into the White House and he's sworn in that day, I will relax and I will know my children have a future. But until that, I'm very worried, and everybody else should be very worried, because what I've given you an example of is how many and how hard they came after Trump. What Trump does is he destroys them. He sets the New World Order back 50 fucking years, if not forever. And these people won't be alive for the next round. So they know that once they lose their power, not only will they have accountability and integrity coming, but they'll never get their one world. They'll never get the chance to be kings and queens forever in their little mega city, in their little mega regions. No. Instead, they'll go down in history as tyrants. And they know that. And that's why they're fighting so hard. That's why they're trying to kill Trump, because they literally want it so bad. They can taste it. They're so close. I mean, all they got to do is go to World War III, say Biden's not fit, replace him with Kamala. She's the girl president they wanted, and they just seize power that way by keeping us, the people, all divided in chaos as they use executive orders Obama signed and FEMA and Homeland to smash we the people. And at that point, we'll have no choice but to either rise up or be annihilated. So I really hope you guys are paying attention, and I hope you liked the little bit of comedy that was in there. And I hope you join me again. Sub and like if something you guys are into. I plan to do a lot more videos and stuff and have a little bit more professional setup going on. But right now, I just got to get out there and warn everybody that, we are really close, but we're not quite there. So celebrate, but don't celebrate too hard. And remember, we have God on our side, and so does Trump. As long as we keep praying for our leaders like we're supposed to, and keep our puppet, we the people's puppet, in there, and that'd be Trump. Trump is we the people, and I'm a third party too. let me mind you, I'm not a Republican. I'm a third party, the Constitutional Republic, and I lean to the right, but I know both sides are compromised, and I've seen it for the last 50 years. So vote Trump in and watch America go back to the way it was supposed to be. We got to end our tax problems. We're being taxed up the ass, and that was never supposed to be like that. So we got to restore the FBI, CIA. We got to restore our accountability in the world, our respect. We got to build it all back up. They've been destroying America's image and America for a very long time. So God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving, and keep your head on straight. And if the power goes out for more than a week, it's begun. Get your shit together, because that is the shit hit the fan sign. And that's before January. After January, we're good. Once that man's in power over our military, we are good. We could take the whole world on with our military. And the world knows that. That's why they all get scared. That's why everything goes back to America's a leader. So, yeah. And let me mind you, they're going to break. Putin is controlled opposition to the New World Order. They want to break Russia up into a bunch of little mega city regions, basically. And Putin's been destroying Russia from the inside just as well as Biden and Clinton and all them here in America. So, except for Putin's actually killing a lot of people. That's a major Christian population in Russia and Ukraine that's being annihilated right now. They're pitting brothers against brothers. They're enemies. The New World Order hates Christians, and that's why Christians are at the tip of the spear right now. And I pray that the world really comes together and stops this one world, and it starts right here in America with us Americans. We are the front line, and if we fall, so do all our allies. They want to destroy Europe too, and they want to reestablish a one world, which is sustainable development, the UN Agenda 2050. The UN is part of this. And remember, Russia and China sit at the high tables of UN, and all on our tax dollars. We're funding everything. So it's really important that we understand that this is way bigger than just Trump. Trump is our puppet. We the people's puppet. As long as we all are united, we're strong. We are so strong. And that's why they try to keep us divided. And that's, CNN needs held accountable. All the mainstream, they need held accountable for what they've done to America. And 2020 was another huge sign. They tried to make Trump's presidency a nightmare for him. And they started they initiated the operation. The Wuhan, that's China. The virus and all that stuff, that's the medical facility, that's the WHO, that's all related to China. And they promised China 50 years ago that if they help them get their new world order of a one world, that the Chinese can be the world police in their one world. And that's why China is so on board, and that's why all our money's been funneled over there. And they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Same with North Korea. They're building the super soldiers in North Korea that, you guys haven't seen shit yet. Like when the boots really come, if they turn the power out and the boots really come, it's some serious game on, guys. Like serious hell is coming. So like the Hopi prophecies of the two timeline, that's kind of where we're at. We can go either way in history. We can go the Armageddon route, or we can go America keeps going on strong as the world leaders, and all of us get to live good lives and not see Armageddon. And we have to warn our children at that point to be prepared for these people trying to build a one world. And they're going to keep trying. They're going to keep trying. So God bless you, and say no to the one world. Say no to sustainable development and UN Agenda 2030 and UN Agenda 2050. That's the mega cities and mega regions. They want the mega cities. They want the mega regions to push the people into the cities and get them off the land so Mother Gaia, their Mother Gaia, can reclaim the earth. But the Bible says that we should be prosper and multiply. It said nothing about depopulating and controlling populations and Any of that stuff. None of that. That was never supposed to be part of it.
Here's a video of a woman using the Wi-Fi detector to discover the hidden camera.
I got one more video before we go, just some news clippings of some good news, but it goes along with what I'm saying. They took out the money. They took out the currency.
When I say
breaking right now,
one of the Rothschilds. I mean, the Rothschild, but here you go. Remember, they want to get rid of the dollar next and put us on a world currency, a one world currency, which will be your phone, like China. You have to pay for everything with your phone. Well, ancient Hebrew writing, the W was a 6. I mean, the 6 was a W, excuse me. The 6 was a W, and then it was a VAV, V-A-V, and then it was Roman numeral, and then it was the English number. And if you know anything about RFID or phones or online or any of that stuff, you got to use a code of www.com. I just calculated the number of the beast for you. So knowing that, why would you ever want money to go into that system? I sure don't. I understand very clearly what's going on from studying, and I'm just passing it on to you guys because it needs told. But yeah.
The Hollywood Hills, and tonight we're learning about the man with a very famous last name who lived and died there. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand live in the Hollywood Hills with the breaking new details tonight. Jory.
Mark, firefighters had a difficult time accessing this home because it's set so far back off the road, and it's at the top of a very steep hill with a very thin stairwell leading up there. Once they did access the home, they made the tragic discovery inside, and it turns out the man who lived there might have been a billionaire, but found the home's elderly occupant dead inside. Neighbors identifying him as Will Rothschild of the Rothschild family.
We're getting a new roof put on tomorrow, and so I told my wife to email him to make sure it's okay that we use part of his driveway. And he never responded, and I said, well, that's so unlike him.
Rothschild is described by neighbors as an eccentric millionaire or even billionaire with multiple properties and dozens of some of the most expensive cars on earth. But on a street lined with multi-million-dollar homes and mansions occupied by celebrities and the powerful, Rothschild was said to have lived as a bit of a recluse in a small, old, rickety home in conditions described as that of a hoarder, something the fire department seemed to tactfully confirm tonight.
By the time I got to the top of the stairs, the windows blew out, and that whole entire section of the structure was engulfed.
The location of the home made it challenging for fire crews to access. A lot of the difficulties stemmed from where the home is positioned on the hillside. It is set back quite away from the street, up a pretty steep set of stairs behind a couple other homes. So access for firefighters when they first arrived on scene was very difficult to get a hose line in place. Once they knocked down the blaze, firefighters found an elderly man dead inside. It's unclear if the homeowner, who neighbors say lived alone.
So here's what they're trying to tell us. He was a hoarder, and his whole house is so full of all the stuff he hoarded. You know, he also collect cars. But he's a hoarder, and they couldn't get to him. Either somebody killed him and made sure his body burned, and which pretty fishy circumstances that he died all of a sudden now. But I'll finish this video up. That was very interesting little facts that I hope none of you missed.
Died as a result of the fire or beforehand. Neighbors had not seen the 80-year-old resident in a few days and appeared to be in declining health.
It really is sad. He's a good man. He's a great neighbor. We didn't really see a lot of him lately because he's so elderly, and I was a little concerned.
86-year-old William de Rothschild found dead inside of his home. Brian Lindsay has lived and looked.
And mind you, this guy has all the security that he wants. Where was his security at? He had to come and go from there. And doesn't this guy look like a crisis actor we've seen before somewhere? I swear that guy looks real familiar. Like one of them crisis actors we've seen in the past.
Lookout Mountain for roughly 25 years.
It's a colorful place with a lot of colorful people, and Will was sort of classic Laurel Canyon, wonderful guy.
Brian and others say William was known in Laurel Canyon and known in Los Angeles for a specific passion.
His thing was cars. He was an expert on vintage race cars. And he would show me some of his vintage race cars, and he knew so much about them. He had a vintage race car that had belonged to Frank Sinatra, and another one that had belonged to Michael Jordan.
The fire halted before it could spread to neighboring homes. But tonight, it is not the loss of one home echoing through this canyon. It is the loss of a memorable man.
The mayor's crisis response team is here for anyone who wants to talk, and arson investigators are on scene as well. What happened, Colleen, we still don't know, but one member of the LAFD tells me tonight that William was found at the front door.
At the front door. This is back in February, too. End of February. Not much in the news, huh?
Whoa, Marco's! It's one of our tastiest deals, and it's perfect for your hungry crew.
Gotta love commercials. Fucking YouTube. But his family traces its roots back to the 18th century when the family members moved across Europe to build their banking businesses. The family financed the British in wars against Napoleon, which led to the substantial increase in the family's financial and his great-uncle Walter Rothschild was the one who received the controversial Balfour Declaration in 1917. Foreign Secretary of the UK. That eventually led to the establishment of Israel in 1948 and the NWO, which saw the killing of a lot of people and the forced explosion of more than 700. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. This is going so fast. I was reading fast as I could too. Hold on, back it up. His great-uncle Walter Rothschild was the one who received, and there's the letter right there. I have much pleasure in conveying to you on behalf of His Majesty's government the following declaration and sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the cabinet. His majestic government view with favor of the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people and will use their best endeavors to facilitate and achievements of this objective. It being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may produce the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political statuses enjoyed by the Jews in any other country. I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist Federation. Yours, author James Balfour, his great-uncle, the one who received the controversial Balfour Declaration in 1917 from author James Balfour. That's that letter I just read. Jeez. Eventually led to the establishment of Israel in 1948. Nickelback saw 13,000 Palestinians and the forced explosion of more than 750,000 from their home. The family's name has long been associated with the various conspiracies. So, we know what's going on in Palestine and Israel right now. And the guy just dies? Yeah. So, money and the Palestine and Israel conflict. He was worth $1 billion. $1 billion, that guy, $1 billion, but he was all by himself in this hoarder's house. reporter's house. I shouldn't have to read this. You guys can probably read that. This guy's money was up there with the New World Order. They're trying to build a one world, destroy America.
In modern Jewish history, and it begins with 3 words. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet.
Why was it that this letter was sent by the Foreign Secretary to your great uncle Walter?
It's an interesting question because it was primarily a movement from Eastern Europe, but they didn't clarify who was in charge of that movement. And in addition, it was, after all, in Great Britain. So they felt that the...
We don't want to hear this guy's nasty voice. I'll sum it up. So they pre-planned wars and pre-planned nation. After the last reset, these guys were part of building the New World. That time, the New World, and they set up 3 wars, and those 3 wars are world wars. The first one happened, the second one happened, and here we are going into the 3rd one. And it's all documented. What I say is documented. But anyways, they're going to show this guy's bull crap. I really can't stand him. He's going to talk about this letter and all that. But yeah, he just dies. Just dies all of a sudden. Nope, no more. He's dead, you know. Come on, guys. It's like, do we not understand what's going on here? They pre-plan everything.
Declare the verdict so that
they pre-plan everything, and then they what is this? What is that? Here, I'll let you all see it real quick. The Rothschild.
You couldn't guess. Her message was in line with everyone else.
Tonight, we stand as one world, united in our fight to rid the world of this disease.
All these people are saying the exact same thing. They're using New World Order, One World Order buzzwords.
We're in this together.
Promoting mega corporations and organizations.
I'm an American
Together
citizen.
at Home promoted
Fuck
several
the
mega
world.
corporations that happen to be tightly associated with the global elite. Disguised as thank you for your support messages, these promotional ads actually glorified some of the most powerful organizations on Earth. Not only do they completely dominate their respective industries, but they also take part in elite gatherings, such as the Bilderberg meetings and the World Economic Forum, to shape global policies.
Boom. Power and control.
There was an ad for the Rockefeller Foundation. Founded by John D. Rockefeller Sr., the Rockefeller Foundation shaped the world as we know it. For over a century, the foundation funded a number of powerful organizations, such as the Council on Foreign Relations.
Hillary's
and it helped
bosses.
propel entire fields of study, such as social sciences, psychiatry, communications, and eugenics. An entire book could be written explaining the profound impact of the Rockefeller Foundation on society today. However, one single quote from David Rockefeller's book, Memoirs, goes right to the core of it all. In the book, he writes, "For more than a century, ideological extremists at either end of the political spectrum have seized upon well-publicized events, such as my encounter with Castro, to attack the Rockefeller family for the inordinate influence they claim we wield over the American political and economic institutions. Some even believe we are part of a secret cabal working against the best interests of the United States, characterizing my family and me as internationalists, and of conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure.
World
if
builders.
you will.
One
If that's the
world.
charge, I stand guilty, and I am proud of it." On several occasions, the hosts were used to praise various organizations. It was a sad sight to see. In one skit...
So that's ODD. I really like ODD. He does good videos. I don't need to make all them videos. I can just show you the videos already made. Everything's already out. These guys are all in it. They're all in on it.
Donated a very generous amount.
Remember, they all hate Trump, too.
And I would also like to personally thank Apple for babysitting my children over the last month. For real. Thanks, Apple.
While this was meant as a joke, they really want to raise our children through their screens.
Yeah.
Later, Jimmy Fallon thanked Bloomberg Philanthropies and Mike Bloomberg, the elite billionaire who owns a media conglomerate.
Tonight, we thank Bloomberg Philanthropies and, of course, Mike Bloomberg for all their relief work, from helping countries in Africa prepare their healthcare systems to providing meals to public workers in hospitals.
In short, this entire thing was a shameless infomercial for the global elite. Even though
this is 2020, by the way.
No globe. Just saying. In conclusion, Together at Home brought in audiences using Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, and Lady Gaga. But it was much more than a concert. It was the global elite rearing its ugly head and using its celebrity puppets to sing its praise. It was also about celebrities telling the masses to embrace their lives confined at home. Sorry, I meant sheltered at home, and to accept a new normal. This event was tailored for the World Health Organization in order for them to take center stage during this crisis. I did air quotes because you can't see me, but air quotes. Crisis. So they can allow their contributors, such as Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, to gain positions of authority. They are directing humanity towards the one world order, quick, fast, and in a hurry. The little bit of privacy and rights we still have left are quickly being undermined in order for the elite's ultimate dream to become a reality. The one world system that we are now entering will be the end of any and all freedoms that we once held near and dear to our hearts. If that makes you upset, remember, you can always give yourself a self-hug. This has been ODD TV.
The X.
Thanks for watching.
Make the X. That's what they want you to do.
And never sleep
Do
again.
a self-hug.
Take care.
So yeah. So I think you're getting what I was saying a little bit, I hope. We do not want a one world. It is not an American utopia. It is a dystopia for all of us. And I sound like a broken record because it just needs to be said over and over so you guys get it. Thank God all their tools that they had against us, we've been able to use back at them. And a lot of what I was showing you on Trump, that's Trump using their tools back at him. They love to label us and put us in a box because then they can control us. And, well, I won't let nobody label me because I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. And I hope you guys are leaders too. And hope you push Trump, push him. He is our puppet. We the people's puppet. And he is not trying to build a one world. He's trying to build America the way it's supposed to be. So, I just hope we make it till January because they still can pull Operation Dark Winter. And that's killing the power in the middle of winter right before Trump's sworn in so that they can hold power. Then they remove Biden, say he's can't handle it, he's too old, and put their female madam president in as they had planned for to begin with, which would have supposed to been Hillary. Once they destroy America and they put us in mega cities, they were going to have a one world leader, which a lot of people say it was going to be Barack Obama. So that's the lightning that fell from heaven. That's what Barack Obama means, lightning that fell from heaven. And he sure does fit the Antichrist, if you ask me. So we really, really are on two timelines. We can either go into Armageddon, basically, of the Bible, that one world, or we can live for a long time as Americans and enjoy life and actually get rich. You know, with our puppets, we the people's puppets in there, they don't send all the money to our enemies in the world. Instead, all that money goes back to us. And if we start holding some of these people accountable and exposing their crimes against humanity and the things that they've done, you know, we might actually be able to get rich as Americans and really succeed this time and keep it that way. We got a system that's set up for us to do that. So yeah, that was ODD there. Look him up, ODD TV. He really breaks some of this stuff down on the New World Order. You know, he's a flat earther and stuff, but he hits the New World Order really good in some videos. And it's a predictive programming that they use Hollywood. Their predictive programming, that's always fun. Yeah, so enjoy ODD, and I hope y'all enjoyed me. If you did, like and sub and join me next time. I'm just beginning, and I really want to pump out a lot of live videos, and I hope you guys all come with me, and we can grow this channel together. And yes, I am the real Johnny Cage too. Have a good day, guys, and happy Turkey Day. Oh, that's why it's not working. The wrong controller. This is Johnny Cage and the real Mortal Kombat.